Hello and welcome to Verbling. I'm teacher Oakley, and in this class, uh, we're going to continue looking at something we've been looking at this week, uh, which is proper sentence construction. Yesterday we were looking at where to put adverbs in a sentence. We're more or less going to continue with yesterday's lesson. We're going to be looking specifically at specific adverbs like still, yet, already, and negatives no longer, no more, things like that. Maybe a little bit special cases, and we'll be looking at where they are placed in a sentence and how they are used. Okay, hello Mark, how are you today?
Hello, I'm doing well,
Hi.
and you?
Well, okay.
Okay, if you say so.
Yeah. I've been struggling with technical problems and power outages, and yeah. Anyway.
Okay.
you know, one of those days.
It happens.
Having one of those days, as we say in English. It's the
Yeah.
expression. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hi, Heidi. How are you? Again,
Hello.
welcome back. Likewise. Thanks. And Carolina has joined us. Hi, Carolina. Hi there. How are you today?
Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello, teacher.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'll survive. Battle on. Okay. And also, we've been joined by another student. I would like to welcome Yara.
Hello, teacher.
Hi. Am I pronouncing your name correctly? Is it Yara?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Yay. Okay. Where are you from, Yara?
I'm from Brazil, teacher.
Brazil. Okay,
Yeah.
very good. Excellent. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to do a screen share now, and I'm going to talk about using still, yet, already, where they are in a sentence and what they mean and how they're used. I'll be talking to you for about 10, 12 minutes or so and explaining these things, and then we're going to do a lot of exercises to try to crystallize our understanding using these different adverbs. And so as I'm kind of lecturing you, if there's anything you do not understand, I urge you, please don't be shy about interrupting me and asking a question. No problem at all. It actually helps me when you do that. So don't be shy. Okay, here we go. I will now attempt to explain the usage of these various words. Let's start with still. All right, still is used to say that an action or situation is continuing. It has already started. It is somewhere in the middle. It has not ended. That's the important part. It hasn't changed. It hasn't stopped. It hasn't ended. Okay. It's 10 o'clock and Joe is still in bed. Okay. When I went to bed, Chris was still working. Do you still want to go away, or have you changed your mind? Okay. Notice that. Notice the verb tenses with still. Still is normally used with a continuous tense because you're discussing a continuous action. All right, but in our first sentence, Joe is still in bed. I cannot use an ing or continuous form here. I can't say Joe is still being in bed. So this is a non-continuous use of the verb to be, I can't do it, and that's why you see it in simple present instead of present continuous. It's just not possible with the continuous tense. Same thing for our last example with the question. I can't stay, are you still wanting to go? Again, a non-continuous use of want. So I can't do it. But the idea is probably best shown in the middle example because you're talking about some continuing action. All right. Still goes in the middle of the sentence with the verb. For those that were in class yesterday, the adverb rules that we use for most adverbs applies to still. Normally it's going to be in the middle of the sentence working with the verb. After the verb to be, it will follow. If there is a auxiliary or helper verb like was working, it will follow the auxiliary verb. And in the same thing in the question form. Do is an auxiliary verb. It follows the do subject combination before the main verb. Same rules, basically, that we learned yesterday. Those are the simple adverb rules. Okay, we're going to look at any longer, no longer. All right. To show that a situation has changed, we're going to use the combinations not anymore or not any longer. Okay, kind of in the middle of a sentence. Any more and any longer usually go at the end of a sentence. The words. Example. Lucy doesn't work here anymore or any longer. She left last month. We cannot say Lucy doesn't still work here. All right. So that's why I'm showing you this. This is the common mistake, is to try to use still in this kind of sentence. Notice it's a negative. All right. So we use still with basically positive questions, positive statements. This is kind of what we do when we need to use a negative to show that the situation has changed. We use different words, any more, any longer. Doesn't work here anymore or any longer. Interchangeable, by the way. Any more, any longer, doesn't matter in this sentence. We used to be good friends, but we aren't anymore, or we aren't any longer. Doesn't really matter. All right, so these are basically interchangeable. Your choice as the speaker or writer. No longer. You can also use no longer. No longer belongs in the middle of the sentence. Lucy no longer works here. Obviously, it's negative. It has no in the phrase. Okay, we don't really use no more in this way. We are no longer friends. Here's a common mistake. We are no more friends. That sounds very strange, and so don't use that. Okay, so there you go. We can use not anymore, not any longer, or no longer, but not no more. You may hear, I mean, I'm not saying those words can never go together, no more, but not really with this meaning. Okay. Now, compare still and not with any more. Sally still works here, positive, still continuing, but Lucy doesn't work here anymore. All right, so there you go, the positive and the negative. It is continuing, it's not continuing. That's it, basically. That's the idea. Okay, let's take a look at yet. This often confuses people, but all right, let's look at it here. Yet means, what it really means is until now. You must consider it that way. It has another function Uh, it really has two functions. It can function as until now, all right, to be basically a time-related adverb. It can also function as a connective or a conjunction. It's a subordinating conjunction. Okay, let me try to devise a sentence for you. Okay, she wears really ugly clothes and never combs her hair, and yet she seems beautiful to me. Okay, to introduce a contrasting idea, we can use yet, and it's often in the form and yet. So it can be used as a conjunction to join two clauses together. The meaning is slightly different. It's introducing a contrasting idea. So you have to be aware of that. The two functions of yet. All right, the function we're looking at now to mean until now. It is going to be used pretty much always in negative sentences. He isn't here yet. Or in questions. Is he here yet? Yet is showing that the speaker expects something to happen. Maybe he expected it to happen before now or up to now. That's the purpose. Usually, yet is going to go at the end of the sentence. It's 10 o'clock and Joe isn't here yet. Notice the negative, Joe isn't here yet. Have you met your new neighbors yet? Okay. It's going to be very common to see yet in conjunction with the present perfect tense because the meaning of the word when it's a time adverb is clearly related to now, and we use present perfect tense when we're talking about a past event that is clearly related to now. They go together, a foot and a sock, a hand and a glove. Okay. Where are you going on holiday? We don't know yet. Up to now, we don't know. Okay. And I already said this about present perfect. Okay. Yet and still. All right. Sometimes these get confused which one you should be using. So let's take a look here. Mike lost his job for 6 months ago and is still unemployed. Classic adverb placement. Mike, in the second example, Mike lost his job 6 months ago. Beginning phrase is exactly the same and hasn't found another job yet. So you have to change the structure if you're going to use yet or still. Still functions like most other adverbs, but yet functions a little differently. Here it is at the end of the sentence with the negative. Another example, is it still raining? If we want to use yet, has it stopped raining yet? There again, even in the question, yet at the end of a sentence, slightly different placement. Okay. All right. The idea is, it's still raining. Is it continuing? Has it stopped raining yet? Is more negative. Okay. Has it stopped? Up to now. Yet. All right. Okay. One more wrinkle here with still. Still is also possible in a negative sentence before the negative. So, look how this works. She said she wouldn't be here. She would be here an hour ago, and she still hasn't come yet. It's still okay. Before the negative auxiliary or helper verb. Still hasn't. She still hasn't done her homework. She still didn't ask me the question. She still won't tell me the answer. Okay, notice I'm giving you examples in past, present, future. Always it's before that auxiliary verb, the negative. Okay, similar to she still hasn't come yet. The difference is why it's slightly different. Still shows a stronger feeling of surprise or impatience. Okay, if I may reread the sentence. She said she would be here an hour ago and she still hasn't come yet. It would be very normal with this construction to exaggerate pronunciation, use a higher pitch, even drag the vowel sound, still hasn't come yet, to show emphasis. All right, and that is generally how we're going to use it in this way, to show frustration, surprise, anger, impatience, all that. Okay, a couple more examples. I sent him an invitation last week. He hasn't replied yet. The implication is that you expect that he will. I sent him an invitation weeks ago and he still hasn't replied. He should have replied before now. The implication is that you're frustrated with this situation. You're impatient. Okay, so notice you can use these two structures. This is really important, but they kind of have a different meaning. Not kind of. They do have a different meaning. They have a different connotation, different emphasis. So this is important to know when to use one or the other. Again, in speaking, if you use the second one to show frustration, your intonation is going to express that quite clearly, exaggeratedly even. Okay, one last thing before we get to exercises. Already. We use already to say something happened maybe sooner than expected, and it's already happened. It has happened. Usually in the middle of the sentence. For example, what time is Sue leaving? She's already left. All right. Notice the normal placement behind the first auxiliary, normal placement for an adverb. Shall I tell Joe what happened, or does he already know? All right. There is no auxiliary verb or helper verb here, so the adverb goes directly in front of the verb. Already know. Same normal adverb placement rules, which we were looking at yesterday. I've just had lunch and I am already hungry. Again, behind the verb to be. When the verb to be is all by itself, then the adverb goes behind the verb to be. These are exactly illustrate normal adverb rules and already functions in that normal way. Okay. I am sick of talking. Before we do the exercises, any questions? Any confusions? Okay. In that case, on to the exercises. We're going to first compare what Paul said a few years ago when he was hairy and had a beard and long hair, compared to what he says now when he's clean shaven and wears glasses and looks like a dork. Some things are the same, some things change. Well, that's life. So we're going to use still and anymore to talk about Paul and his life. Okay. So in these categories, so for example, you're going to, as we do the exercises, you'll compare before and now. All right, for example, regarding travel, he still travels a lot. I travel a lot, I travel a lot. Regarding the shop, I work in a shop, now he works in a hospital. He doesn't work in a shop anymore. The negative. Okay. Mark, number 3. Regarding
Number
Paul
3.
and poetry.
Yeah. He doesn't write poems anymore.
He doesn't. Okay, he doesn't write poems anymore. Or you could say it another way, he is not a poet anymore.
He's not a poet anymore.
But still using anymore. Okay, very good. Quick welcome to Ali. Hello, Ali. Welcome.
Yeah,
How are you?
hello.
Hi.
I'm doing well.
Good. Great. And we'll come around to you in just a minute. First, Heidi, teacher. Heidi, are you there? Okay. We'll come back to Heidi in a little bit. Carolina, regarding Paul and his aspirations to be a teacher.
He is still want to be a teacher?
Okay. He still, be careful about putting an extra vowel sound in front of the S. Still. Just
Yes, I
he
know.
still.
Still.
I know you know, but I know you know, but I have to try to get you to stop doing it. He still wants to be a teacher. He wants. Also, don't forget the proper conjugation. Wants. I want, he wants. Right? But yes, he still wants to be a teacher. Okay. Ali, regarding Paul's view of politics from the past to now. Okay. Can you make a sentence based on these examples? He's still, or he doesn't anymore. Regarding politics.
Yeah, he's still interested in politics.
Okay, this is Paul years before with long hair, and Paul now.
Yeah.
Okay, so before I'm interested in politics, now I'm not interested in politics. So it has changed. So how would you express that in a sentence?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
want to try?
Yeah, because I didn't get
okay.
correctly. Because do you want to pick up one of the above dialogue?
Okay. Let me try to explain. We use still to show that something is continuing. It's continuing to happen. It's positive. In this case, in the case of politics, we can't use still because it's stopped. A continuing action or thing has stopped. So, Ali, we're going to use a negative with not and anymore, or possibly any longer. So the correct way to express this, he isn't interested in politics anymore, or any longer. Again, anymore, any longer are interchangeable. Okay. Mark, regarding his status, regarding his relationship status.
Okay. He's still single.
Yeah, he is. And it's not surprising with the way he looks.
Yeah. Yeah, I do agree with you.
Okay, all right. Fair enough. Okay, Heidi. Okay, regarding Paul and his desire to go fishing. Heidi, are you there? Okay. Maybe she's got a phone call. Carolina, regarding Paul and fishing.
Um, I have to use yet. All right.
Sorry?
I have to use yet because it's haven't.
You're probably going to have to use a negative not and any more or any longer. That's
Okay.
how we say a continuing kind of action has stopped.
He hasn't fished any longer
You can use the present
or
tense
yet.
instead of using. You don't need to use the present perfect. You can use present tense to talk about the situation now, the state that he is in now, compared to before. So instead of
He doesn't go. He doesn't go fishing any longer.
that's it, precisely, exactly. So what you're doing is you're stating the situation or the state the way it is right now. So that he doesn't go. Okay, the negative present simple. He doesn't go fishing
Any longer.
any longer. Right. Okay. Ali. Okay.
Yeah, now I'm good. Yeah, now I'm good.
All
But
right.
can you scroll down? Because I didn't get the. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Comparing Paul before and now. I want you to tell me about his beard.
Yeah, he doesn't. He doesn't have a beard. Or he.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, he doesn't have a beard.
And to show the comparison with now and before, we say he doesn't have a beard anymore, or you can use he doesn't have a beard any longer. Anymore, any longer, doesn't matter which one you choose. It's totally makes no difference. Okay. Right. So that's how we do that comparison past to now. What we're really saying when we use still or not anymore, we're saying how it is now. So we're going to be using present tenses. We're talking about the state, like the sky is blue. Okay, I open the window and the sky is blue. That's how it is now. That's the state. Okay. We can also state it a different way to show, again, the comparison between past and present. For example, he no longer works in a shop. He no longer has a beard. He is no longer interested in politics. Or he no longer writes poetry. Like that. It's another way to accomplish exactly the same thing. He doesn't have a beard any longer. He no longer has a beard. The meaning is identical. It doesn't change the meaning or any connotations or anything. It's actually the same. Just another way to skin a cat. Okay. All right. Let's try another exercise. For each sentence that has still in it here, we're going to write a sentence with a similar meaning using not, yet, and a verb. For example, using this example, it's still raining, we can use, instead of the positive, it is still raining, it is continuing, we can use a negative construction like this with yet. It hasn't stopped raining yet. All right? This is the idea. So you're going to use yet and one of these verbs to say the same thing, but in a different way. All right, let's give it a shot. Mark. All right.
Okay. He hasn't gone yet.
Okay. He hasn't gone yet. Gary's still here. He hasn't gone yet. Yeah. It would be possible to use another verb here, Mark. Just Do you have any idea which one I'm thinking of?
Not a verb.
Yeah. You picked the right choice. Definitely. The most obvious choice. There's another one that would actually work in the sentence, though, in this case. Do you have any guesses what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Okay. He has, but he using present perfect.
Yeah. I'm just saying another verb would work here. It doesn't. I'm not
Okay,
talking
okay.
about. You could say he hasn't taken off yet. He hasn't gone yet. He hasn't taken off yet.
Okay,
To-
okay.
We
You know,
we
I
do.
just thought about this phrasal verb. This phrasal verb when it talks about planes, but I didn't know.
That's right.
Okay.
Okay. To take off is to leave suddenly or go suddenly.
Mhm.
So we often use it like, where did Gary go? I don't know. He just took off.
Just,
Uh,
just take off.
Usually, like
Nice.
he left without saying anything to anybody.
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden left. That's it. He hasn't taken
Okay.
off yet. Okay. So it can be used that way too. I just
Awesome.
wanted to point out the vocabulary there. All right. Heidi, again, Heidi.
Yeah.
Oh, there you are. Okay. Great. Number 3.
They haven't finished repairing the road yet.
There you go. Exactly. They're still repairing the road. They haven't finished repairing the road yet. These sentences, 2 different constructions, mean the same thing. Very good. Carolina, number 4.
The children haven't waking up yet.
Well, you're very close, but the past participle,
Wake.
wake,
Woken. Woken.
present is wake, or the infinitive. Past is woke, and the past participle is woken. But
Woken.
yeah, you had the right idea. Yeah, so, okay, they haven't woken up yet. Right, that's it. Okay, another way you can say that, Carolina, just again, more looking at vocabulary, I could say the children haven't awakened.
Okay.
Instead of woken up, I might say awaken.
Okay.
Oh, okay. All right, Ali, number 5 here.
Yeah, is Anna still looking for a place to live? I think uh, has Anna still found still found a place for to live?
Okay, we're going to try to
Hasn't.
use
Yeah,
yet.
hasn't.
No, you're right
Yeah.
to use, you're using the present perfect form, which is correct. That is the idea. But actually, a very important point here. You basically cannot use still and yet in the same sentence. Oh, yes, you can. He still hasn't arrived yet. Sorry, I'm lying. Yes, you can. Of course you can. Silly me. Maybe not in this sentence. Okay, we're trying to use yet with a negative, or maybe not a negative. We're trying to use yet is the point. So,
Yeah.
okay, Ali, you got most of the
hasn't.
idea. Has, okay, start out with has.
Yeah,
That's correct.
hasn't Anna still found a place to live yet?
Okay, but actually this could be positive. Has Anna found a place to live yet? Okay, so we use yet. Okay, I know that I'm. Stop, back up. Yet is used with negative sentences and with questions. The question can be positive. All right. Maybe that was confusing. It was confusing me for a second. Has Anna found a place to live yet? Right. There we go. Done. That's the same meaning as this. Is Anna still looking for a place to live? Same idea here. Okay. Mark. Number 6. I'm still wondering what to do.
Okay. I haven't decided yet, or I haven't decided what to do yet.
Yeah. Either, really. Right. I haven't decided what to do yet. Okay. Very good. All right. That's perfect. Heidi, how about number 7?
The plane is still waiting for the runway. The plane hasn't taken off from the runway.
Okay. The plane hasn't taken off yet.
Yet.
Yeah, you forgot the yet, but the plane hasn't taken off, all right, from the runway yet. That's fine, but okay, here's a case where in English it would be extremely normal to get rid of that prepositional phrase from the runway, because frankly I don't know where else a plane takes off from. It's just very obvious. The only place a plane can take off is from a runway. Well, all right, fine, unless it's a Harrier jet, I guess. But we would assume it would be from a runway anyway. Okay, here we go. Last, more complicated exercise. Let's try this out. All right, you're going to use still, yet, already, or any more in the underlined sentence or part of the sentence. Okay, so there's a lot of examples here, so use these examples. For example, Mike lost his job a year ago. He is unemployed. You would probably say he is still unemployed. Actually, you would probably never say it the way the first example is. You would almost certainly say he is still unemployed in this sentence. Number 2, shall I tell Joe what happened, or does he know? Does he already know? Would be common. All right, 3, I'm hungry. Is dinner ready yet? Very common phrase. Okay, I'm hungry. I want to eat now. Is dinner ready yet? Again, notice that in a question it doesn't have to be negative with using yet. It can be positive. Number 4, I was hungry earlier, but I'm not hungry anymore. But now I'm not hungry. Okay, to show the change. Okay, so you might have to do any of these different changes. So let's try it out. Carolina, number 5.
Can we wait a few minutes? I don't want to go out. I still don't want to go out.
Okay. Or I don't want to go out yet. Either one. Yeah, that's fine. Exactly. There may be more than one option. Yes, in many of these cases, because you can say it a different way, there will be more than one option. Okay, that's great. Ali, number 6.
Yeah, Amy used to work at airport, but she doesn't work. But she doesn't work there anymore.
Yeah, and the way you said it makes a lot more sense than this. This example would sound strange to me. The way this is said, Amy used to work at the airport, but she doesn't work there, sounds incomplete. It's just wrong. You need any more here to make it actually make sense. Okay, so good job. Mark, number 7.
Number 7, I used to live in Amsterdam. I have a lot of friends there. I I still have a lot of friends there.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that would make the most sense to me. A positive statement there. Okay. It would be weird in this case, all right? Many cases you can use still or negative with yet. Wouldn't make any sense to say, I haven't lost any of my friends there yet. That would be totally weird. Okay, so we don't always have two alternatives. Heidi, number 8.
Shall I introduce you to Joe? They're known. We've met. Okay, we've already met.
Certainly. Okay. All right. We've already met. Would be normal. In conversational English, it might be okay to leave off already there, just basically because it's very casual conversation, and it would be very common. Oh, we've met. Do you know Joe? Yeah, we've met. I may not say we have already met. It's basically just dropped. It's basically a little ellipsis. In conversational English, it may be dropped, is my point. Okay, Carolina, number 9.
Do you live in the same place or have you moved? Have you lived in the same place yet?
No.
Have you
This is.
you live? Yeah.
There's a couple options here, all right? You can use still quite easily, or it's possible to change the entire sentence, not just the underlined part, and add yet. Okay.
Have you moved? Have you moved yet?
Yeah, okay, that's changing the whole sentence. Do you live in the same place, or have you moved yet? Okay. Would be asking if this action had stopped. Or, Carolina, you can say, do you still live in the same place, or have you moved?
Okay.
Same thing. Do you still live in the question is, are you continuing to live in the same place? So,
Okay.
Yeah, you could ask that question, either one of those forms. Ali, number 10.
Would you like to eat with us, or have you eaten, or have you eaten already?
Okay. Definitely that already is the word we're looking for. Strictly by the rules, Ali, you would here have, this is a question, okay. It's actually 2 questions combined with a connective conjunction, or it's 2 separate independent clauses. Okay, or have you, after the first auxiliary, we put the adverb as the normal, the kind of strict grammar rule. So have you already eaten? In many cases, we can move already around. Put it at the front of the sentence, but never in a question, in statements, or put it at the end, like you did. Or have you eaten already? Many times this is acceptable. You have to be careful if you're going to move it around from the standard position, because occasionally it will change the meaning of the sentence. Here it's perfectly okay. Have you eaten already? Very normal, actually. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, need to state that it won't always be already, always be all right to move that adverb around. Here it's perfectly fine. Okay. Mark, number 11.
Number 11. Okay. Where is John? He's not here yet. He'll be here soon.
Okay. And what if the second sentence said, he should have been here by now? How would you say he's not here? Mark? If I change this and
Yeah,
say,
okay.
you
I'm
should have
sorry, I
been here.
muted myself. Yeah, I muted myself. I understood. I'd say he's still not here. He's
That's
still
it.
not here.
Very good. Right, emphasizing he's still not here. You might emphasize here. He's still not here. Both.
Mm-hmm.
All right. He should have been here by now. I don't know where he is. Often these kinds of phrases come after such an expression. All right, very good. Heidi, number 12. Okay.
Tim said he'll be here at 8:30. It's 9 o'clock now, and he isn't here anymore, or he is no more here.
No. He has never arrived. We're waiting in the parking lot. So I can't say he isn't here anymore. He never was here. In order to be not there anymore, you would have to have been there before. So that actually doesn't make sense. He's not here anymore means he left. It means he was here. But he said he would be here at 8:30. It's implied that he's not here. He's never been here. So here's a case where I think they're frustrated. They're waiting for him. They're impatient. So here's a case like what I was talking about with Mark. It's 9 o'clock now, and he still isn't here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or it is possible to say, and he isn't here yet. It's possible. It's more likely to use the still isn't here, emphasis, emphasizing. Emphasizing something hasn't happened and you really expected it to. And you're frustrated, disappointed about it. Okay. Carolina, number 13.
Do you want to join the club or are you a member? Are you already a member?
Okay. It's a question. Again, there's two questions here connected with the or. So the question, just looking at, are you a member? All right. Okay. It's a question, so remember the verb to be here and the subject noun have been inverted or transposed. So when we have an adverb, we'll put it after that. Are you already a member?
Yes, I say that. Yes, are you already a member?
Okay. All right. Sorry, I'm hallucinating or something. Okay, that's not what I heard. Okay. Again, here it would be perfectly okay as well to say, or are you a member already? Either way, but the strictly speaking grammatical way you should do it is, are you already a member? Okay. Ali, 14.
Yeah, it's happened a long time ago, but I still can remember it very clearly.
Okay. Now your placement still is
All
the
right.
right word.
So
Absolutely.
still remember? Can I move?
Well, you're moving still, but yeah, same idea. Yeah. It would be normal whenever you have any kind of helper verb and a main verb, it is normal to put an adverb after the helper verb. Strictly speaking, it's always correct to do it that way. So but I can still remember it very clearly is always going to be correct. Again, you can sometimes move that adverb around. So, but I still can remember it very clearly. Okay. But still I can remember it very clearly, but I can remember it very clearly still. You can move that around to 4 different positions, and it's okay in this situation. But you should remember after can, you use an adverb. I can just try it. I can, I can already smell it. Can already smell. Okay, you should put the adverbs after can, and then you will never be wrong. Okay? If you just remember it that way, you can stay out of trouble. All right, Mark, number 15.
Okay. I've put on weight. These trousers don't fit me anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Sad statement, but very good.
Yeah.
One I can personally relate to, unfortunately.
Me too.
Okay, all right. Well, you're perfectly correct, sadly, but truly. Okay, Heidi, number 16.
Have you finished with the paper? No, I'm still reading it.
Okay. All right. Maybe, have you finished with the paper yet? Right. And then no, this would be a dialogue, 2 people. No, I'm still reading it. Okay. That would be very common. All right. Looks like we have 3 or 4 minutes. Bonus time. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about even. All right. Okay. Look at this example of using even. Tina loves watching television. She has a TV in every room of the house, even the bathroom. Okay, even is used to one use of even, I should say. There's more than one use. But this use of even is to say something is unusual or surprising. It's really not normal, at least in my life, to have a television in the bathroom. Other examples, these pictures are awful. Even I take pictures better than these. Okay, the implication, there's implied information. The information is that it's surprising, the implied information. So you could infer that I'm not a good photographer. Even I take pictures of better than these. Even my 3-year-old could do it. All right, that would be a surprise if my 3-year-old could do something. Okay. He always wears a coat, even in hot weather. All right, it's unusual, surprising. The print was very small. I couldn't read it even with glasses. All right. Not even her best friend. Negatives. Not even her best friend would help her. Nobody would help her. Not even her best friend. Okay, which is surprising. You can use even with a verb in the middle of a sentence as well. She's traveled all over the world. She has even been to the Antarctic. The same usage as our adverbs, which we've been talking about for a couple days now. Same idea. They even have their own private jet. Same placement. You have one main verb, no auxiliary, comes in front of that main verb. Okay. Even with a negative, like not, can't, don't. I can't even boil an egg. All right. Okay. Again, the same placement. It is surprising information. Again, that general idea with even. You use it to show that the information is unusual, surprising, not normal. They didn't even say hello. Again, same placement with the auxiliary. Same placement, just like all the adverbs we've been looking at. She's just run 5 miles. She's not even out of breath. Okay, the idea is to illustrate that it's surprising. There you go, a little bonus mini class about even. Thank you, everyone, very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
see you again soon, hopefully.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.